What's up, YouTube? So, in this video, I'm going to be going over my top 5 candidates for the defensive coordinator position for the Dolphins. These are just guys that I would really like to see. And you'll kind of see some similar-ish themes with them, too, especially with my top 3. They all have head coaching experience and are experienced coaches in general. I think having a really experienced defensive coordinator would help offset how young a lot of our coaching staff is. And having some head coaching experience, I think, could really help out Mike McDaniel as well. So, as you can see, my first choice would be Vic Fangio, and I think he would be a fantastic candidate. Been coaching for a long time, since like the 80s, pretty much. Started off in high school, did some stuff in college, everything like that. Was a linebackers coach for a little bit for the Saints, actually for quite a while. Then had a bunch of different defensive coordinator jobs here and there. And I mean, he was the defensive coordinator for the Niners during that 2011 to 2014 run. And that was with the Jim Harbaugh team. Like, that defense was incredible that entire time. So I really like him a lot. He did some pretty good things for the Bears as well. That's what got him hired as a head coach for the Broncos. Not a very good head coach, but a very good defensive mind. And those Broncos defenses were quite good, I will say. Even though, as a whole, they kind of sucked. But I really, really want Vic Fangio, very, very experienced coach. Probably will give us more of a 4-3 style scheme, but he definitely can do 3-4 as well. He did that with the Bears and Broncos. And I do want a scheme change. I don't really love this multiple style scheme anymore. I just don't think we have the personnel to do it. I would rather go hard in either direction. That's just kind of my thoughts. So, yeah. Next, we have Mike Zimmer, the former head coach for the Vikings. Very good defensive mind. Before he was the head coach for the Vikings, he was the defensive coordinator for the Bengals for, the time between 2008 and 2013. They had some pretty good defenses in that span. But he's been coaching in general since 1979. So he's definitely got some experience, and I think it would really help us out. And him being a head coach for 7 years for the Vikings, I think would really help Mike McDaniel. He had mixed success for sure. But I think he would bring a lot to this team. It would probably mean switching to a 4-3 style scheme, which honestly I think would be best for us. I'm actually kind of having... I had a hard time picking between Vic Fangio and Mike Zimmer. I really like both candidates a lot. So there is that. And I think a 4-3 style scheme would fit our personnel the best, if I'm being honest. But we can easily run a 3-4 as well. So anyway, my third option, Lovie Smith. Obviously been into coaching for a while. Been coaching since 1980. Been a head coach several times. Not just this past year with the Texans. He was head coach for the Bears for a long time, from 2004 to 2012. Always had very good defenses during that span. He was a head coach for Tampa from 2014 to 2015. Those teams weren't very good because quarterback play was terrible. Personnel, especially on offense, was terrible. But he did have a pretty decent defense despite not really having the greatest personnel in the world. So, yeah. Lot of experience there. And like I said, he's been a head coach before several different times. Has had a lot of success. I would really, really like seeing him. And he's a guy that's very good with D-line, linebackers, and DBs. I do think that Mike Zimmer and Vic Fangio, I think I would prefer those two. But that's just kind of my opinion. So, after Zimmer, there's Eric Washington. Not as experienced, been coaching since 1997, so he's still been coaching for quite a while, just not quite like the other three. And he's never been a head coach before, not even in college or anything like that. But he's been a defensive coordinator in the NFL several times. He was the Bears the Panthers defensive coordinator from 2018 to 2019. Been a Bears defensive assistant, defensive line coach. Then he went over to Carolina, like I had said. Was a defensive line coach from 2011 to 2017. Pretty experienced in that regard. And then lately he's been with the Bills. And the Bills defense, as I've kind of talked about, is kind of what I would like to see our defense kind of morph into. I would like to really prioritize getting a lot of pass rush without having to blitz too much. Just being able to get pass rush and penetration in the run game with just our 4 defensive linemen is something I would ideally like for our team. And he's really, despite whatever injuries the Bills have had or anything to that regard, he's made sure that pass rush and has been good. People maintain their gaps well, get penetration in the run. He's been fantastic for them, and I think he would be ideal for what we would be doing. So I would really, really love this guy. I'm going to be quite honest with you. Like I said, he doesn't have the head coaching experience, and neither does my next guy. But I really do like him. Now, my next one, I wouldn't be as excited, and that's Gerard Mayo. He is a very, very intelligent coach. But unfortunately, he would be coming from the Patriots, obviously, both as a linebacker and as a coach. He played for the Patriots from 2008 to 2015, and then he's been a linebackers coach for him from 2019 on. And I do think he is a very, very intelligent coach. He was a very intelligent player. But the only thing that kind of holds him back for me is he probably would keep a very similar style scheme to the Patriots, the multiple style scheme that we kind of run right now. Which isn't really ideal. I don't think we really have the personnel to do that so much anymore. That's why he is kind of lower. But he is a very, very intelligent coach, and I wouldn't mind seeing him here by any means. But I do want to really prioritize either just going 3-4 or just going 4-3. The multiple style scheme that we're kind of running, I don't think we really have the personnel to do it. Ideally, I would really like to run a 4-3. That would be the most ideal situation for me. But, yeah. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. I just wanted to kind of give my quick thoughts. I had seen some people ask on Twitter and in my YouTube comments. So, yeah. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. If you liked it, I appreciate hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments in the comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.